Hello, my name is Wendy Love Edge, and I'd like to welcome you to the Bulldozer Health Show. In this episode, I'll be speaking with Michael Schreiber, owner of the Bowenwork Center in Johnson, Arkansas. Michael is a Bowenworks practitioner. Welcome, Michael.
Thank you, Wendy. It's nice to be here today.
I'm so glad you're here.
I am too.
So tell me a little bit about what Bowenworks therapy is.
Oh, I'd be happy to. Bowenwork comes to us in the United States from Australia. And way back when, back in the 1950s, there was this guy that developed a system that we know now, and his name was Tom Bowen. So the name Bowenworks derives from his last name. And in the 1990s, it came over to the United States, and the word work was added to his last name. So in the United States, we know it as Bowenwork therapy, although it's the same therapy, whether it's Bowen therapy or the Bowen technique or Bowenwork. It still derives from Tom's initial template of how he put this all together.
Oh, I see. And how did he put it together?
Well, that's a great question. There's lots of stories out there because Tom is no longer with us. He left us in 1986. His work was not finished, so it probably derives from Japanese acupoint pressure, which goes back far enough, probably to the Chinese acupuncture. So that's not definite, but it all has pressure point value.
Oh, okay.
And with that, Tom took that and devised his own system of pressure point, and using his fingers, he would actually, can I have your arm?
Sure.
He would take a point of the body and make a movement with his thumbs and back up a place in the body and load a pressure point, wait a second or two, and then just gracefully let his thumbs move forward and let all the energy run underneath the thumb back to its original place. And in doing so, that creates an energy pulse to the body in that very specific place, which affects the body in other areas. So it could be said that a place that's addressed in the wrist could actually affect a place in the hand. A place that is addressed in the elbow can affect the forearm and the wrist, and so on, up the body and to the shoulders and to the back. And actually from the core of the body is where we all have our center of energy, and the core of the body is where it all really derives, no matter what is wrong with the body. Once that area is released, the rest of the body benefits through just chain reaction events from releasing the body.
So why would someone come and see a Bowenwork practitioner? Would it be for pain reasons or other kinds of illnesses? There's probably lots of reasons, I guess.
There are lots of reasons, and both of the things that you mentioned are two reasons that people do seek me out and Bowenwork out in general. It helps the body regulate itself naturally in a way that is very unique to the system of what it is. It's not to be mistaken with chiropractic, because that is structural and postural. It's not to be mistaken with soft tissue manipulation, such as massage, because that is continuous manipulation of the body through the process of massaging the tissue. And in doing so, that is invoking information into the body. But with massage, it's continuous information, and after a while, the body, I guess it just gives up and says, okay, you can just go ahead and go ahead and massage me, and I'll just let you.
Right.
Where in Bowenwork, it's more specific to the place of pressure to the body and how to release it, and that stems into what you're trying to do to the body, or for the body, which we should say.
Right.
Bowenwork is very easy to the body and very friendly. It's done laying down, sitting up, or standing up. It can also be done through light clothing as well.
Right.
So it's very friendly and very accommodating to people that have trouble laying on their stomachs or whatever posture or position they're restricted in. This is very accommodating even to folks like that.
Oh, very interesting. So if someone was having, let's say, digestive problems, would Bowenwork help with that, since it's moving energy and and changing, or is it just a structural thing?
Well, that's a great question too, and no, it's not just a structural thing. Bowenwork, for whatever reasons, I've been practicing this for a little bit more than 10 years, and I learn, the more I learn, the more I don't know, so the more I study to learn more. And in doing that, I find out that, well, the body is very layered and very complicated as far as all its components that make it what it is. And I found that Bowenwork, for the lack of explanation, it has a way of melding through all the aspects that make us human. So let me explain that. That is physical, as well as mental, and we have subconscious thrown in there. We have our emotions. And Bowenwork tends to address all of these things that make us human. And sometimes it's a head scratcher to try to really figure out what it's doing and why. And what I've come to conclude, that the body is smart enough to know what it's doing if the practitioner is listening to it to just meet the requirements that the body is asking. And back to that, to digestion, it helps with digestion because it helps the body relax its digestive system. It helps the body organize its hormones, its amino acids, its digestive juices, so that it can assimilate its food in a more proper way. If there's a blockage in an organ, you're talking kidneys, liver, pancreas, and the organs that secrete enzymes, it can help the body straighten itself out so that it can organize itself in a way to where it can get back to its routine function.
How cool is that? You know, it's, I say all the time, your body knows how to heal itself. You just have to put it under the right conditions. So it sounds like Bowenworks could help someone's body to do just that.
That's exactly what it does. It doesn't really do anything but stimulate the body to open itself up. So some people call me a healer, and I hesitate when I hear that word. I like to call myself more of a door opener
A
to the body.
facilitator?
A facilitator to the body that finds the places that are blocked, broken, jammed, crisscrossed, however they may be through life's processes.
Right. So, and it's a light touch therapy. People who come can expect that they may not feel a whole lot of movement. Is that pretty accurate?
That's very common. Bowenwork is very smooth and very accommodating and very friendly, like I say, to the body, in that it's not forceful, and it's not telling the body to hold on, take a breath, brace yourself, because here I come.
Right.
That's not it at all. It's more nudging the body to just kindly open itself back up to where it used to be way back when.
Right.
We weren't born usually in the state that we get ourselves into over life processes.
Right.
And we get ourselves in a bind somehow that medicine really can't untangle. It can help us with it, but it still leaves the person looking for that complete release in that opening of the body so that they can regain their balance and their health.
Right. Excellent. I have one last quick question for you, and maybe I hope it may not be that quick, I guess. I know recently you had some health problems, and it was unexpected, an accident. And so I wondered what it's like being, I call you a healer all the time, Michael. I know you said you hesitate to use that word, but being a healer and in the position of helping others, how are you turning that to help yourself? How is that working?
Well, that's a very interesting question. What you're referring to is my fall out of the tree. A little more than 9 weeks ago, and I've been in a body brace up until a few days ago, and I'm not in a hard brace now, I'm in a soft brace. But nonetheless, I had 24 fractures to my rib cage and to my spine.
And you're amazing. You're here today walking, and you've come so far in a short time.
I would have to say, as far as I know with the magnitude of what's happened, I would agree. I hear stories of equal accidents and injuries, and people still have the fight yet in front of them that I have yet behind me. But I also know that we're all individuals, and regardless that I've had Bowenwork mixed in with my healing, I still attribute the medical people in the medical profession for putting me back together.
And that's important. There's a place for all that.
Yes, there is. Yes,
Yes.
there is. But that's not complete. Usually it's not the complete picture. So I'm very pleased to have this holistic value added to the medical components of the doctors and the medical community, all together, working
Right.
together to make a synergetic whole.
Right.
And I am getting back to that wholeness with time, and I'll keep fighting the fight until I'm back to 100%. Thank you for asking.
And I'm sure you'll get there. It's wonderful to see your progress.
Thank you.
And thank you so much for joining me today. Bulldozer Health Incorporated is a 501c3 nonprofit organization and healthcare reform initiative. You can find us at bulldozerhealth.org. Take back your health, America.